What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we got an unboxing for y'all. Went to the range this morning, shot the 23 and the 30, a few other 9mm. I just want to say we might do a full range report of kind of our experiences with those. The recoil of 40, completely exaggerated, honestly. It didn't feel exactly like a 9mm, but arguably I enjoyed the recoil of the 23 more in a weird way. The way it snapped back, just tracked back to target, was incredibly fast and just incredibly accurate. I don't know. And the recoil did not, it was not nearly as violent as some even 9mm I've shot, crazy enough. The 45, you can definitely tell you're shooting a bigger bore caliber, but it was not bad at all. It was so extremely accurate. The 30, once you get the hang of it, I think the recoil out of that 45 just is so manageable, and that's such a great gun. But the 23 and the 30, I enjoyed shooting the heck out of those, but that's not really what we're here to talk about today. Just figured I'd kind of give y'all an update. Today we're here to do an unboxing from DLT Trading Co. As you can see, that's the sticker they gave us. I went ahead and opened up the FedEx box just so y'all wouldn't see my address and all that stupid stuff. So, if you can tell, probably by the title, there's the Spyderco. So, I want to make a few more knife videos and kind of talk about knives. I know this channel is more oriented towards firearms, but if y'all would like to see more knife content, let me know down below. I'm gonna post some, but I don't want to make it like the whole point of this channel. So if y'all want to see more, I'll post more, but other than that, we'll just kind of post here and there of it. But I want to quickly preface this by saying I'm not a huge knife guy, okay? I've been very lucky to own the knives that I do own. This is the only Spyderco I own so far, and so we'll have this one and maybe another one to unbox pretty soon for y'all. But I'm not a huge knife guy, and I'm very lucky to own the knives that I do own. And this is easily became my favorite, and so I was like, okay, let's do some more research on Spyderco. Let's kind of get at least understand more of what I'm buying, at least understand more of the different options, because you got Spyderco, you got Benchmade, you got Hogue, you've got a lot of more higher end than even these, and so this is a good sort of more expensive, more high quality, but not getting really into the nitty gritty and the real nerdiness of it, which I'm trying to learn. I will tell y'all, y'all knife steel nerds are insane with your knowledge, and just it blows me away. But let's quit talking and go ahead and get into the unboxing of this. So if you can't tell what it is, let's go ahead. So we got a cool little sticker. I've always wanted one of these. Like I said, this is my only Spyderco I own, and I got gifted it. So I was lucky in that regard to even own a Spyderco. So we figured, since it's my favorite knife, we had to buy some. So just the sort of little letter to the customer and yada, 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 sort of explaining a little bit about the steel, kind of cleaning guide, sort of things like that. Sticker was the reason I bought this, honestly. But we'll go ahead and get into what y'all actually want to see. The Manix 2 lightweight. Alright, so that's one thing. Oh my god. Okay, so this, now I understand what they mean by lightweight. So this has the G10 scales. This has their FR, not their FRN, this is the FRCP. And oh wow, okay, Jesus Christ, this is absolutely fantastic. It comes with that, damn, that lock is stiff. Okay, anyways, we're getting too excited. We're getting too excited. But this is the Manix 2 in 15V with the Big Brown Bear heat treat on it. Now this knife is way nicer than I probably deserve, and we're gonna have to adjust this, I can already tell. But let's go ahead and get y'all a good look at that. Let's go ahead and get some of this stuff out of the way. Wow. This is the absolute nicest knife I've ever owned. For sure. Wow. I'm trying to just compare the two. Let's compare just so you can get a size. If for some reason you don't own a Manix 2. The Manix 2 is a big knife, man. It makes the Yojimbo 2 look even small, arguably. And that could be just the curve and the banana-ness of it, but obviously made in Golden, Colorado. And it's in the infamous 15V, like I said, with the Big Brown Bear heat treat. As you can see, let's see if I can get that to focus. You can see his logo right there, and 15V. So, like I said, I'm gonna have to fidget around with this lock and get it, you know, more accustomed to my feel. But so far, I'm liking it a lot. I haven't had a crossbar lock. This is my first of sort of the crossbar axis lock from any of the companies. So I'm a big fan of their compression lock that Spyderco's got going. Big fan of the compression lock. And so this is their see, it's a little stiff out of box. We'll have to fidget with it, get it worn in a little bit, but I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. Like I said, I'm trying to learn more about my steels. I'm only used to S30V. I have some S35, some S45. You know, those are really my highest in steels, and so this being in 15V, this is for sure my highest in steel. Let's just see if we can get. Let's do it again. That's ridiculous. This is the sharpest knife I've ever owned. Hands down. So, one thing I wanted to talk about is I didn't really expect it to be this lightweight, being as big of a knife it is. I know that's the whole point of this model, and if it had some G10 scales on it, it might be a little different. I probably will end up putting some aluminum or titanium scales on it, and just keep the black or the brown scales, because the brown scales go with this knife so well, just due to it being Big Brown Bear treated and everything, which that's really about all what I know. I know this is very you know, up there with like Rex 121 and Maximet in that regard of being just a high quality steel. Center is not batting, or the blade center is not bad at all. I know a lot of people in the knife world really care about that. Like I said, this knife is nicer than what I deserve, truly. This is definitely the nicest knife I've ever owned. When I found out the price of this guy, and all, you know, all things considered, the heat treatment, the fact that this steel is not going to be available for much longer, and the fact that it's a sprint run, I had to pick it up. I knew that I'm going to be a Spyderco knife guy. This is my favorite knife I own, and it has been for a long time. It gets the most use anyways, and so I figured might as well spoil myself and get a cream of the crop that I'm not going to be able to get very long. And like some of these Spydercos can range up to over $300. And so for this high quality of a steel with a heat treat that's a sprint run, granted it is the lightweight model, so I feel like a lot of y'all will probably replace the scales on it anyways if you were to get this knife. They still have some of these available, by the way, but I think this is a great buy. I might not change the scales out immediately. I don't see myself changing them out immediately, just until I get a little more into the whole knife realm. But I mean, as far as trying to fidget with this thing, we're sort of getting it broken in, so to speak. But I think this will be, I don't know, I don't want to say it'll replace the Yojimbo 2, because this one's just so unique, and the blade shape is fucking ridiculous on this guy. But let's see if we can. Yeah, the tip is going to be a little thicker on the Manix 2, so the Manix 2 might be a little bit better. This was supposed to be a defensive knife, is what the Yojimbo 2 is made for. This is more of a fidgety, fun work knife, I guess you could call it. If I do replace the scales, the wire clip will also go, probably with a lynch, or I might want to put some Flataniums on this guy. I have one more Spyderco coming in that y'all will probably see a unboxing of that one within the next week or so. But geez, see, this one really needs to be worked on as well. I tightened the scales, and just I need to fidget with it a little more. I'm trying to get better to making my knives more accustomed to me, because with all these fancy locks and everything, I'm not used to it, and you can really get the detent and everything accustomed to you. And now it's not as drop shut as it was after. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got the drop shut. This one is obviously pretty well drop shut, if I can get it. Yeah. So as you can see, I'll just let y'all look at this beautiful knife just for a little bit longer. We're learning, guys. We're learning. We're getting there. I know that this blade, I just love the look of it. That steel is beautiful. But I know I'm going to have to take a lot more care of this blade specifically. Wiping it clean, making sure to not, get, leave any, like bad residue on it. And definitely have to keep this steel clean. This one's not as resistant as a lot of the steels I'm used to, or just I'm gonna start caring about my knives more. So we're gonna start taking more care of our knives. We have a reason to. These are not necessarily our most expensive knives, but they are two of our more expensive pocket knives. And this one is definitely just the nicest steel I have in that regard. So I need to take care of it. Let's not make this video too long. I hope y'all like this video. If you like Spydercos, or if you're looking to maybe get into Spydercos, if you're wanting a good, reliable work knife, and you're like, what is a good company to start with or stay with, or just, as I said, stick to a platform, it'll help you. Stick to an ecosystem, it'll help you. I think this is a great way to go for the price, compared to some of the others. God, it feels great in the hand, guys. The blade shape, you can really just bear down on it. If you want to watch a video on someone a little smarter than me review this knife, we'll have a review actually come out of this. This is just initial impressions. Beautiful knife, but I definitely would recommend Spyderco. I don't have too much experience with them just yet. I feel like we're going to have a lot of experience with them by the time we're done with them. But I'll catch y'all on the next one. Take it easy.